Over the past few years, I've gone from watching my parents stress over bills to making over 8 figures trading crypto. And the funny part is, there's one strategy that got me here. I made my first bit of real money in the space early, whether it be NFTs, airdrops, venture, or meme coins. After enough wins and painful losses, I developed the alpha filter. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down that process for you step by step, showing you the filters I use and showing you some live examples. So in front of me, I have two trades. One of them I made $26,000 on, and the other one I made $20,000. And before I go over these trades and break down exactly how you can do so as well, we're going to be breaking down my alpha filter strategy, which is my 3-step system. Now, here is the framework that I've developed over months of trading that's consistently helped me spot winners before they even explode. Most of you guys are gambling on coins that you're buying. You're hoping that some random coin is going to stick, but that's not a strategy, and that's simply just gambling in a casino. So what we're going to do is completely different, and I'm going to start with step 1. Step number 1 is the number one thing you need to preface. It's the market condition check. Before touching a coin, I always check the environment. Ask yourself how much volume is flowing on chain right now, are new launches actually getting buys, and is there a dominant narrative meta forming? Okay, so I would recommend you guys to sign up on Axiom using the link in the description because it is the trading bot that I recommend you guys to use. But using the Axiom tool, you can head over to Pulse and you can see the volume that is actually occurring day by day. So as you can see, Pump Fund has $229 million in volume in the last 24 hours, whereas BagZap, 64 million, and Bonk has 13 million. Total trades is up 45%, so that means on-chain is actually pretty hot right now. There is a lot of opportunities to take. So going back to this, ask yourself, is the environment green? And if it's not, then sit tight and only buy these A+ conviction plays. I mean, just looking at this, volume is pretty good. But if it was on the contrary, then I wouldn't be buying these new pairs right here. And then with dominant narrative meta, I mean, is there an overarching theme with the coins that are doing very well in the migrated path? I mean, all of these coins that are migrating are like bag coins. You can see through this icon right here. I mean, this is a USD1 pair. So it looks like the overall theme of coins that are doing well are bags and USD1 coins. That would be the current quote-unquote meta, and if I'm looking at new coins deploying here, I would look for bags and USD1 coins. And then I ask myself, does this coin story actually deserve attention? That is the narrative, right? The coin story. Will people see the story, and how will they react when they do? And what would the ceiling be for attention? How long can this story really last? And all of these are questions that you should be asking yourself before you buy a coin, because I would never buy a coin if I didn't know that there would be huge major catalysts in the future. And last but not least, there's an inefficiency check. I ask myself if there's a mispriced window. Has crypto Twitter caught on yet, or am I early? Is this lagging similar coins that already pumped? And are respected wallets buying in? If yes, this is how you actually catch those asymmetric trades. A lot of you guys might be losing on your trades because you're forcing all these trades. You don't need to trade every single day, and sometimes not taking a trade is always the best trade. Okay, so now that we got the filters and we understand the pulse section, we're going to move on to trackers, which is one of my favorite sections. In the link in the description, I'm going to give you a doc where it's going to have Twitter accounts and some wallets to track. I'm not telling you to base your trades off of these activities, but more so just keeping an eye out, because sometimes you're going to catch some crazy plays. For example, if Elon tweets something funny, there's going to be coins dropping about it, and sometimes those coins go to millions. An example of an Elon tweet would be this coin called Big Balls. Essentially, this is a coin that was created based off of an Elon tweet, and it went to 67 million market cap. As you can see, we called it at 1.9 million market cap as our official call, and it went to 67 million market cap, which is like a 60x. So that's the power of tracking some notable Twitter accounts. The reason why I'm stressing it is because a lot of traders don't realize how much their tools are actually holding them back. If you're switching between like 5 or 10 tabs, manually tracking all these coins on Twitter, tracking all these coins elsewhere, you're not going to be able to actually catch these coins when they drop. Speed matters in this game. Information advantage matters. And the difference between entering a coin at like 90k market cap and entering at 200k market cap could be like a 20 or 40x difference. Okay, so now that you understand the overall alpha filter framework and you have the tool set up, let me go over this trade. So it was like late evening. I was just sitting at my desk doing some research on coins like I usually do every single night. And I saw this coin. It had like an initial run up to like 450K, but it went down because it didn't have official dev backing. It died down to like 30K, and I bought a little bit because I thought it had the potential to actually go up. So as I said, I bought a little over here because I thought it had the potential for an official endorsement by the dev. And I have a curated lists of accounts I monitor. I have a lot of wallets that I monitor, and these aren't typical crypto influencers. These are a lot of builders, founders, engineers, venture capitalists in the space, and they're very niche. And I followed a lot of accounts that was affiliated with Anthropic, which was affiliated with the dev that was behind this project. So before I break down my thought process for the buys and sells, let's do the alpha filter framework on it. So step number one, obviously, is going to be the market condition check. On-chain volume was high, and it was being heated up by the current bags meta. So there were coins like Ralph and Gastown that were sending during this time and causing a lot of mania within the bags ecosystem. As you can see, Ralph went to almost 50 million market cap, and Gastown also went to like 50 million market cap. So new launches were obviously getting a lot of buys. There was a lot of speculation on chain, and a lot of Bags coins were getting pushed heavily by Finn. And Finn is the founder of Bags app, which is the launchpad that we're trading on. And the founder was more active on his platform than a lot of other launchpad owners. He was more active than Alon, the founder of Pump Fund. And Finn was known for buying a lot of decent coins within his ecosystem. So the market was screaming risk on. It was time to go aggressive. So let's set the scene a little bit. I'm going to break down what exactly the narrative was. So Karan was tweeting about how Claude Code is actually a Vibe virtual machine, which is a VVM coin, and Boris Cherny interacted with it. Boris Cherny is the founder and owner of Claude Code. And if you don't know what Claude is, it is one of the biggest AIs. It's like ChatGPT. So the visibility was obviously very likely. Boris Cherny interacted with Karan's post about launching a token, and the reaction was positive. The guy was pretty much co-signing him to work on Vibe Virtual Machine, and the attention ceiling was insane. It had the potential to become the leading tech coin in the Bags ecosystem. And also during this time, there was Bags Hackathon, which is pretty much a fund where Finn was giving to builders on his ecosystem. I just took profit a little bit there on that pump. It went to 500K. I sold twice. I think we came up with like 32 sold profit on one of the wallets. Got a little bit left, but hopefully this plays out the way my thesis is planned. I really think this has potential to go crazy on Bags. I really do think so. Okay, so just breaking down some of my buys. I had Karan on my Twitter tracker. Every single time Karan tweeted, I got notified, and that's the power of having trackers within Axiom. Anyways, when he tweeted about this, my heart jumped and I bought a lot more. Pretty much every single trade that is made on the coin goes to the fees, and that is the earnings for the developer. And by Karan pretty much endorsing the coin, he was going to work on Vibe Virtual Machine within the Bags ecosystem. So when I knew that Karan was going to fully push the coin, I bought a lot more and I waited for more catalysts to hit. So step 3 to the alpha filter is the inefficiency check. And for me, I was early on buying. I bought initially when it was bottomed out and he was ignoring the coin. It was somewhat holding up and had an asymmetric risk to reward ratio. I also saw that Karan was following Finn on Twitter. And the catalyst that would be left for me would be the potential grant announcement from Bags for Karan to work on the project Vibe Virtual Machine actually releasing to the public, and Finn publicly endorsing and buying VVM. That's honestly why my strategy deviates so much from all these degens. I'm not aping these coins off of launch. I'm using my filter to strategically and systematically filter out 99% of coins and buy only good projects. I held for a couple days, like less than 2 days, and when these catalysts came out, it obviously pumped. I bought at an average entry of, as you can see, 119K. 119K, and it went to like 1.5 million market cap at that run. And let me be totally honest with you, I kind of fucked up on this trade. If I just scroll over to here, it went to like 4 million market cap. So honestly, I probably would have made like
I don't know, like $70,000. But just to give myself a little bit of credit, I pretty much sold the local top. As you can see, it went to like 200K after I sold. The catalyst for this big pump over here is essentially the bags meta heating up even more. So those big coins like Gas, Ralph went even higher. And honest to God, I couldn't have predicted that. So let me just break down some lessons I jotted down for myself from this trade. Quality over quantity. One high conviction trade is better than 50 gambles, and narrative is king. And always take profits because you don't want greed to stop you from de-risking. You don't want to be round tripping all of your bag. Because let me just show you. Imagine if I didn't sell all the way up here and didn't make $26,000 and I held all the way down here. I would have been still up money, but probably like $1,000. If this bags meta never heated back up, I would have just round tripped it all. Never be too greedy with your profits. And maybe just a small tip for myself, I said keep a moon bag because you can always participate in the potential second leg if you believe that there are future catalysts. Me personally, I didn't believe that there were future catalysts. I thought that, okay, all the catalysts are played out. Finn was buying, he was endorsing, everything was played out. It's pretty much top tier. I didn't factor in the fact that bags meta was gonna overall heat up as a launchpad. But profit is profit, and that's exactly how I secured $26,000 in profit. I also want to add on, I didn't just capture this alpha by myself. We literally called VVM in our group at 100K market cap. We said we're in. Well, VVM from there literally did a 35x. We made over $95,000 on this coin as a group collectively, almost six figures. And we've also made $600,000 on Ralph. And I'll be totally honest, I was sidelined from this play. But my group wasn't. Going back to this, we called Ralph at 3.1 million market cap. And Ralph, it went to 50 million market cap. So that's like a 16x. In our group, we help you understand the alpha filter framework. And we also give you these calls when we're entering these coins so you understand our thesis behind why we're going in. If you want to trade alongside me, Alex, Shams, the Fortune Mentor, and a lot of other high-level 7 and 8 figure traders, you can apply for Fortune in the link in the description. So now we're going to be breaking down another trade, which is Tally. So step number 1, again, market condition check. You need to understand the meta. Bags was the main character and Launchpad at the time. Finn was shilling and buying coins to push his platform, and it was perfect bullish environment for Bags coins to launch and expect higher ceilings. So all my attention was on Bags coins like Tally. So step number 2, narrative valuation. Tally was ran by an influencer named Kaden Jingting, whose post blew the fuck up. Like his tweet got 500,000 views, so I followed him. And he made this app called Tally. I saw it on Bags and it was relatively low market cap at the time. So I saw it on Bags, it ran up, and then I got the official Caden endorsement over here. But I'm gonna break that down later. And I picked it up at an average entry of 149K market cap. Well, the Bags meta was extremely hot at the time, and for tweets that were getting hundreds of thousands of views and teasers that were going absolutely crazy, and also given the fact that it's the first ICM coin on Bags, the Internet Capital Markets coin on Bags, then I thought that it was relatively undervalued. So I picked up a bunch of supply at an average price of 150K market cap. And I thought that it was going to be definitely pushed higher, knowing that Kaden definitely got funding from this video, but I stayed skeptical at first. He even tweeted that he got 650K impressions, 300 DMs, and funding within 24 hours. So wouldn't this go much higher? But I was also skeptical because if he got funding, why would he be dropping on Bags? Anyways, I thought that in the case that Kaden fully endorsed this coin and Finn bought and also endorsed and shilled it, I thought that it had an asymmetric risk reward ratio. So I picked up most of the supply around 150K market cap, and then boom, it sent. Kaden fully endorsed this Bags app coin. So my thesis proved to be right, and Kaden claimed those fees from Bags app, and he posted on the official Twitter that Tally would have a real use case in the app that he was building. And now that was extremely bullish because the funding that was generated from the fees was going directly towards this app that Kaden was building. So he would have incentivized features to build for the community and send it even higher. I pretty much decided to clip most of the profits out here because I realized that there was a potential case that Kaden was hacked. As I said before, why would he truly endorse a Bags coin if he was funded by a VC? I was clipping out aggressively and then it consolidated, but there was no future announcement from Kaden. No tweets, it was pure silence. But Finn was buying, a lot of good wallets were buying. I pretty much sold and clipped completely out. And my suspicion proved correct again, as Caden literally tweeted that he got hacked. So there we have it. We have another successful $20,000 trade profit because I played the trade correctly with the alpha filter strategy. And from this trade, I want to say that you need to trust your instincts when going inside of a trade. If you ever have that gut feeling that something's wrong or something's right, then trust it. And also clip profits aggressively. I can't stress this enough. Always take profits. Your profits in crypto is real money, guys. I want you to remember that. But it's not fully real unless you convert that Solana into stablecoin like USDC. So remember, when you're going into a coin, focus on the story and mindshare rather than utility. Monitor Twitter, Telegram, and Discord for bubbling trends before they go mainstream, and monitor any type of real live event that is happening. But don't forget, guys, always remember to apply the alpha filter to your trades. Now, I'm living proof that this alpha filter strategy is what works because this play literally brought me out of college. I decided to go full-time in Memecoins at this moment. I turned $3,000 into $500,000 with the alpha filter on this coin called Video. I also personally hit a $1.1 million profit on Yeezy coin. And it's all with the alpha filter.
So everything you saw in this video, the filters, the trade structure, and even the way I think about my entries and exits, that's exactly how I trade every single day. But the truth is, the strategy isn't going to be what separates the people who dabble and the people who actually scale. Inside of the Fortune Inner Circle, you'll be trading alongside people who are doing this at a high level. You'll be seeing the same setup, sharing theses, and learning how to think through trades instead of guessing. VVM, one of the plays I went over in this video, was called at 100K market cap, and it went over to a 40x, and our group yielded over 6 figures profit from it. We've been able to generate over 9 figures in profit over the past year, catching plays like Trump, which was at 151x, making $12.6 million in profit. There's Keto, which is on 120x, making over $5 million in profit. And also Yeezy, where I've made over $1.1 million on myself. And Anon, which we made over $1.6 million on and hit a 218x. One of our students, Bowen, actually hit his first 6-figure play on this coin. And the list goes on, so if you're interested, you can click the link in the description to apply. I'll see you in the inside.